Hey, what's up guys, it's Roho over here. Welcome back to Kova's Lookout, and today we're going to be looking at The Devil in the Details by Todd McFarlane. It's his art book. I recently got this like a couple months ago. I found it on I think it was eBay or Amazon for like a fairly good price, so I was like, I have to pick it up. You know, Todd McFarlane, one of the godfathers of this comic industry, of this indie comic industry, and of Image Comics itself. This art book is pretty amazing. I love getting these art books because I feel like it, you know, this one shows his growth as an artist, as a creative, and just, you know, as a businessman. You know, reading through this, he talks about, you know, his journey into the comic industry, growing, and the characters he's worked on and stuff like that. Which, I mean, if you watch a lot of his interviews like I do, you would have heard a lot of these stories before, like about him sending like hundreds of letters to publishers, getting rejected hundreds of times, you know, and finally getting that one call. And I think his first work was like on a series called Coyote. And then he worked on like, you know, various little things after that. Was inker on this, was a writer on this, or not a writer, but like an artist on this. But like when I look through this, like when I see these old pages of his artwork, it just inspires me because I'm a creator myself and I make my own comic book series. And like sometimes, you know, as creators do and artists do, they kind of get down on their art and like, damn, like, you know, my shit sucks, my shit isn't that great. But even the greats started somewhere and they weren't as good as they are now, and they also continue to progress and get better. You know, even right here, he says he was trying to do his best George Perez impression and stuff like that. We see his old Spawn character design. You see some of his like little artwork from his sketchbooks and stuff. You know, like it's really cool and really like eye-opening to see like his humble beginnings, as you would, you know, as I would like to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see, you know, he also talks about how he just kept drawing and kept going and kept writing and kept, you know, working on his artwork to get better, which is just something that if you want to be an artist or want to be a comic book creator, is something like is key, right? Just to keep doing it, keep going, even if like you're not getting nothing out of it and you want to be better, you just got to keep, you know, writing and drawing and whatever. But some cool stuff in here. But yeah, some of his old artwork. Some little Daredevil, that's kind of cool. Dr. Fate. Talks about his cross-hatching abilities, learning the muscles, all that stuff. The Bruise Crew. It's pretty funny. So, like I said, this is a really eye-opening comic art book, and it's like one of my personal favorites that I look through. Sometimes, like I said, it kind of inspires me to like keep going and trying to get better in my art, because eventually one day I will be at a level that I am satisfied with. See, over 700 submissions and got hundreds of rejection letters. Hey, what's up guys? I want to take a quick break from the video to let you know that I am a comic book creator myself. I have a web series out right now called Bam, The Last Hero on Earth. The first 6 chapters are out right now on my website exclusively. The link will be in the description of this video. The first 6 chapters are out right now, all free. I appreciate you guys checked out. Let me know what you think. Yeah.
Trying to hide from emotional torment. New.
He talks about his cover art that he did with DC, his character design work he did for like the DC Encyclopedia. It's pretty cool. Let's get to some good stuff. So I have some pages bookmarked off. It's that classic Batman cover that's been homaged and, you know, mimicked many times. It's a really dope cover. I really love the abstractness of the cape. Same thing with this cover. I love the cape. And Todd's like You know, that's what he contributed to the game, to like made these characters, these staple characters, more abstract and more like loose and dynamic. That's something he definitely contributed to the game. And here we go with the his Spider-Man run. None of his work on Spider-Man was really, you know, impactful, and you know, still holds up to this day for the most part, at least with the art. I don't know about the stories and stuff like that. I don't think I've read many of his Spider-Man issues, but that's a cool cover right there. The homage to the Superman. That's a cool cover. I like that one. He's a very cartoony Green Goblin. Venom. Yeah, I love this. Like the dynamic posing. Like look at how acrobatic Spider-Man looks. He also with the spaghetti webbing that he invented, that was hated on apparently at first, and now it's a staple of Spider-Man. His Hulk is disgusting though. This brow is crazy. It's another very much homaged cover that's been ripped hundreds of times. Probably like the most popular cover rip of all time. I swear. I've seen like everybody has done this cover. Like I don't understand why people so do like these covers, and like I don't know. It's weird. He starts writing his own Spider-Man stuff. He does his first story arc with the Lizard. You know, best-selling comic book, yada yada. This is all lore that everybody should know. You know, 90s image, 90s comics. See the booty on Spider-Man. Look at that. Spider-Man's double cheeked up on a Sunday. What the hell? It's real classic stuff right here. Really beautiful. His inks are miraculous as well. Look at these caricatures. Like these are just like if Todd McFarlane didn't make it in comics, he could have been on like Santa Monica Boardwalk or something like that, and just doing caricatures of people. He probably would have got paid the big bucks just for doing that. Look at those pages. Look at those faces. Like who did he have in mind when he was like drawing these? Like that's like an early Violator for sure. Look at that. Look at those gums on that guy. It's funny. It's really cool. This is a really nice art book. Let's get to some good shit right here. Boom. Spawn. Still one of the most popular characters to this day for some reason, even though I feel like the story is just kind of like, like if anybody can tell me what's really going on in Spawn, I would love to know. Even though Todd gets a lot of praise for Spawn, even though he only drew like 10 issues of the actual series, but you know, he made it, so I guess. Super cool. Some early artwork from the series. I love the cape. Like Spawn is pretty much just like all the best things of Batman and Spider-Man, and then like his like own like dark grunginess, you know, the Venom-esque type deal, and he just like mushed it together, and that's how he pretty much came up with the at least in my opinion, of like the design of the new Spawn design, you know, from what he had when he originally made it. But I'll tell you what, man, it's like he had an advantage with these colors. Like if you look back at a lot of those 90s, early 90s color art, when they first were doing the digital, and that shit was rough, man. Even the early 2000s covers, like colors were horrible. But you know, I guess, you know, Todd was making those big bucks. He was able to pay like the right people to color his shit, man, and like it definitely paid dividends, you know. And they had the hookable Wizard also. A lot of those Image guys were pretty much, you know, Wizard and Image were hand in hand at that time too, so they kind of like really like helped boost up and bolster like those early Image comics. That's really cool. Look at that. That's actually really dope. I like that. It's really cool. But yeah, like the colors really like helped sell this comic. Like look how beautifully drawn, like colored this is. Like I mean the drawing is also obviously like it's beautiful. Like look how like smooth and seamless the gradient is, and this like glow right here, and like the green highlights and everything is just like perfect. And he sold 1.7 million copies of the first issue alone. Like, you know, it still holds up to this day. Like it's a beautifully drawn comic. It's like a remastered version, I guess, right there. But even I feel like the original one still looks better. Recolored, yeah, for the trade. It's another cover. What's this for? It's a page. But yeah, the colors definitely like made this comic so much more oomph. Like these covers definitely like sold the fuck out of these books. It's another like recolored version of it for a trade back in 2005. Here comes the Violator, who was like a, you know, he's an interesting villain, I guess. Like, I guess, you know, like these character designs are like are awesome, but like I don't know what happens in Spawn. Like I tried to read the series, I couldn't really get past like a certain amount of issues because he started like commissioning like the top art like writers at the time, so like it wasn't very like a cohesive story. It was kind of just a bunch of like randomness, and it was just like like it's cool, I guess. Like I don't know. I just enjoyed the artwork for sure though, I'll tell you that. I actually have like the first like 5 issues of Spawn. I could probably, you know, probably do some videos on that just to like this iconic photo right here too. Boys scream and girls scream, so I made him scream and scream. That's iconic right there. Overkill. It's a dope cover, classic cover. Angela. I don't even know if Todd McFarlane's even allowed to say her name anymore. After all the legal issues he went through that with that character. You got the Cerberus issue. This is it. I think it was a pretty cool issue too, I guess. Kind of talking about the mainstream comics and the big two, like take it from creators and shit like that. Whatever. The same old, you know, argument. It's been going on for decades and still gonna keep going on to this day and further on in the future. It's medieval Spawn, super dope. Yeah, man, Todd, like these character designs were, you know, were hidden, man, and then once he started making those toys, it was hidden even 10 times harder. So much he's worth $300 million now, just alone. It's not worth this crazy. And I feel like the revenue from those toys is what kept Spawn going, you know, helped it a lot, so, you know, for sure. A lot of cool art. Yeah, a lot of beautiful art. Malbolgia is a super cool character design also. I love these panel grid. You know, look. This is a Greg Capullo. Spawn. Greg Capullo, another beautiful artist. And and I'll give credit where credit is due. Spawn has definitely held up the test of time, especially in comparison to a lot of those other Image comics that came out, especially, you know, around the time when Spawn came out, and a lot of them, you know, disseminated, fell off, or the creators just kind of gave up on them. Spawn and I think like Savage Dragon are like the only two like Image comics from that first go round of Image that are still like ongoing, and Spawn is pretty much less popular as he was when he first came out, for sure. Like all the Spawn spin-off series and stuff like that, the team up series, like they're still selling huge numbers, and he's still getting like the top talent to like make at least the cover art and work on the series. I mean, you know, Savage Dragon's still doing his thing, but I think Savage Dragon's more like a cult fan based type book now, in comparison where Spawn is still like universally like the everyday like random like comic book girl will go on there and be like, oh, that Spawn looks cool and I'll buy it. And Savage Dragon, I don't really even see like that many issues of Savage Dragon even in the comic book stores like that anymore, you know. actually have, I think I have this issue. I don't know, maybe. I gotta look through my shit. I got a lot of Spawn issues, but a lot of them I just kind of just bought just for like the artwork and stuff. It's a cool cover. It's a Jim Lee cover. Got the Dave Finch cover. He did a lot of cool variant covers. It's a Rob Liefeld. Who's this right here? Mark Silvestri. This is probably one of my favorite covers. I really want to get this one. The Savage Dragon homage cover. This is super sick. This is cool too. The Youngblood homage. A lot of the Spawn variants. That's a really cool one. Yeah, but yeah, that's a cool one too. The Dark Knight, that's a dope ass cover. But yeah, man, Todd McFarlane, a staple in the comic book history. Definitely a great, and it's gonna go down in history as probably one of the best like marketing geniuses and like creative geniuses of the comic book industry. Even from like the comic books to these toys that are just super beautifully done, crafted. Even like, and they just get better and better. All the licensing toys and stuff that he's done is just, it's super dope, man. The Spawn movie, which is horrible with the PlayStation 1 CGI, but you know, that's what it is. Had a good animated series, though, I'll give it that. Spawn animated series was pretty solid. But yeah, that's Todd McFarlane, Double in the Details. There's Rojo Cova here. Thanks for stopping by and watching. It's Cova's Lookout. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.